What is going on, everyone? It's your guy Cole Jackson back here on Road Graders, and today we're going to be diving into the rookie Nate Wiggins, who had some struggles in this game. Let's be upfront and honest about it. And I'm actually excited to dive into this because I think this is the type of game that gives you a ton of insight into where the development needs to happen. Obviously, we want to see all of the Ravens come out, have good games. I want to be coming on here, giving great film reviews, showing what went well, but we learn a lot when guys lose. When guys lose reps, I mean. And I think it's really going to show one of the areas Nate Wiggins needs to make a step, and that's going to be what he can do in press coverage, specifically in his releases, how he uses his hands at the line of scrimmage, all that stuff we're going to take a look at. If you guys are looking forward to this breakdown, if you're looking forward to learning more about Nate Wiggins and what he can do to take that next step as a rookie, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, drop a comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Let's get into it. So just to start off, ton of these press cover snaps and a ton going against CeeDee Lamb. So I mean, welcome to the NFL, rookie. You're going against one of the best in the business. And so we're going to see some inconsistencies, but also some good stuff coming out of this press. So we're going to get, this mirror press, soft shoe release, whatever you want to call it. And so some reps like this one where it went really well. And, this is what Nate Wiggins does so well, is he's able to use his speed and blanket. And because he has such good long speed, you can see him play the stem so aggressively here. And, one of the big areas, though, is that head needs to be coming back to the ball, because as a break is going to happen here, if Dak Prescott's going to try and, put that into that type of tight area, a guy like CeeDee Lamb can make those catches, right? So, and we're going to see later. So Nate Wiggins getting his head back around, but you can see the sticky coverage. You can see the confidence he has in his deep speed, and that's going to be an asset in this league. So I don't want to take that away from him, but the next step, it's kind of like a guy like Brandon Stephens. We talked about it for a long time. He needed to get that head back around to the ball for him to be able to take that next step. So here we're going to get him at the top, and this is what I mean by using his hands at the line of scrimmage. So he's going to give up that play to CeeDee Lamb. And so if you're going to be in press and you're going to give that release, you got to get your hands up, and you can kind of see it right there. Hands just go through. Just not playing aggressive, physical enough at the line of scrimmage on this one. So you can see right there, it's almost like, playing press is a lot like pass blocking, right? We got to hit our hands, and if we hit them outside, it's just like, missing, not creating leverage. You guys know I love to talk about creating leverage points, but when we create that slant here, he's got to get his hands in on that chest plate to be able to make contact and slow down the break on the route, because when you don't, he just runs right by him, gets the ball, and, goes on. And this is going to be the strip, but it's kind of the same thing, right? So a little bit of an added element here is they're going to motion Brandon Cooks across, which brings Marlon Humphrey across and basically adds like a pick, right? So he's going to come out, run that out route, and then CeeDee's going to run that slant, and Marlon's going to be in Wiggins' area a little bit. And this, he doesn't go for a press, a hard press. He kind of goes for that soft shoe release again, where he kind of comes off, but gets a little bit interrupted, but hell of a play on the ball here. And this is what we want to see from a rookie, just playing instinctual, and going after that ball as much as possible. That was that kind of Marlon Humphrey fruit punch out that we saw early in his career. So I like seeing that. Obviously, ton of credit to Nate Wiggins for that punch out, but you can kind of see what I mean at the line of scrimmage, getting beat pretty quickly. And then we're going to see it just at the bottom of your screen. He's going to be in that matchup with Brandon Cooks, and again, he's going to release soft. And really what saved him on this one was Dak Prescott having to scramble because of the pressure in the backfield. So we'll go back and watch it. I'll play it through twice. Focus on the pass rush right here, because you're going to see Dak get overwhelmed pretty early and have to roll out. And by having to roll out, it kind of mitigates the release. So again, soft shoe coverage is when he's going to align in that press alignment up close to the line of scrimmage, but then he's going to play soft off rather than trying to get hands on and jam him. And so he just opens his hip outside right there. So he's going to open that hip outside, and Cooks is just going to kind of work him in and then jet up. And you can see right there, Cooks is going to bend that back out away from the safety, but he's now got that step. And if Dak was able to bomb that ball, Cooks is going to call for it. There was a real opportunity for another deep shot there. So if he's going to play in that uptight alignment, he's got to be a lot quicker off of press. And this is just, I think, adjusting to the speed of NFL wide receivers. He might not be able to play as aggressively at the stem as we've seen through his college tape in the preseason, because now he's playing against top wide receivers and they're just going to be blowing by him off the line of scrimmage. And it's kind of like right here. He gets caught with the double move and gets caught chasing, right? And a lot of this is just happening. Again, we're up in that press alignment. We're going to have a soft release, and then we end up chasing, and our head's not back around to the ball. And Dak just throws this to the back shoulder. He was originally throwing it to the back shoulder to get away from the safety, right? And he's seeing that he's got a cornerback that isn't facing him. He's chasing throughout the rep. But that's really, he wants to throw it away from this guy, throw it to that back shoulder at the sideline where only his guy can make a play on it. But Nate Wiggins doesn't see that ball come out. He just chases the entire rep, doesn't even see it be underthrown, and overruns the receiver. So again, we're just caught chasing because of that initial loss at the line of scrimmage. It's going to happen again on this one where he does get beat. He gets out physical, plays too aggressively, gets that DPI. But that ball did come back because of the offsetting holding call on the Dallas O-line. Once again, he's at the bottom of your screen here. A little bit better here. Running with him. Wanted to throw this in just because we want to show the good too, right? So he's going to come off, and he's going to come off a lot quicker. And what I think he does better here is he turns and starts running a lot sooner, because he has the speed to run with these guys. But it's just more about how quickly is he going to turn, and how quickly does he want to try and play the stem of the receiver and attack any sort of breaking route he's going to have. So he's going to be susceptible a little bit to those breaking routes. And again, we're playing in press man. He's going to go for the jam on this one, and just doesn't hit his hands. Gives up a big slant, big gain. So very similar to that early one on CeeDee Lamb. This one, if you're going to hit those hands, you got to be a lot more physical. We need to lock him in a room with Jimmy Smith to kind of learn from that. So, I think this is a pretty consistent problem. It's kind of twofold at the line of scrimmage, in those press alignments. If he's jamming, he needs to be able to hit his hands, play a lot more physical, and actually, be able to jolt the wide receiver and, have a knockback, so that if he can kind of knock him off course, then when he turns and runs, he's got a little bit of the momentum working for him, versus those reps where, he's kind of working backwards on it, because he's not hitting his hands, and then he's caught chasing. And then obviously, again, if he's going to be releasing, he needs to release a lot quicker, not play as aggressively on the stem, because he gets susceptible to those deep routes where he's chasing, doesn't have his head around because he's so worried about recovering. So that's kind of the two things I saw. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and obviously hit subscribe if you're new here. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.